7:30 Eastern time, 6:30 Central. So give folks some time here to jump on. So definitely drop some comments in. Want to give you tonight. We're going to do is we want to cover just kind of some updates on what's going on with us and what's happening right now, where we're at, what the plan is for the next coming weeks. And so I want to give you some updates on several things. And then, and then at the end, we'll answer some questions. So if you have some along the way, drop them in there and we'll get to those here in just a little bit. So we'll give folks just a few moments here to hop on, but we're
Hey,
excited.
everybody.
Yeah,
Thanks
hey
for
everyone.
joining
Got some
us.
folks jumping on. Hello, Six Pack saying hello
Stan the
and Stan the
Man.
Man. Glad you guys are on. But yeah, as I said, we're gonna hit some questions at the end. So feel free to drop them in there. But we're pretty
Hey.
excited. This has been an incredible ride over the past several months of our
Oh my
lives, and
gosh, yeah.
we're so thrilled that so many of you have joined along the side with us and have supported us in so many ways, from sponsoring us to have a hotel stay or a hostel stay or pay for a resupply or pick us up on trail or welcome us into your
Bring us
home,
goodies on trail.
goodies on trail, helping us out.
Shovels.
Just so much that we have
It's kind of overwhelming.
overwhelming. We're just blessed by so many of you who have really come alongside, and not just that, but so many who've been so much encouragement to us just in the comments. Like it really has been. It's helped us daily
Yeah,
to get through some of the struggles and
absolutely.
the difficulty of just day in day out grinding along on the trail. Knowing that you guys are on the journey with us has been so helpful and
Oh,
encouraging.
thank you.
And so it's been quite it made this experience so much more fulfilling and rewarding
Absolutely.
beyond just the trail. And
Yes.
it's been great. And many of you have been watching every day. We've become part of your daily routine, and
Yeah.
that's overwhelming to us. That every day you guys are having to look at this right here. I mean that helps, but you got to stare at this, the back of my head, every day most of the time. But it's been wonderful to have so many of you as a big support system to us, and so thank you very much for joining us in this journey.
Yes.
It's been uh,
We've gained a whole bunch of new friends
yes,
and you guys. It's really cool.
yeah, and just the encouragement and comments and stuff. It
Yeah.
it really it feels like, I know it's a little different that we're not seeing you guys, but like when we see those comments pop up, we're like, oh yeah, they've been following
Yeah.
along, and the little inside jokes that you guys have and know, and it's incredible. So
Yeah.
thanks for joining us in this. And what's crazy is here we are. We're like 3 weeks away from Katahdin, and it's hard to believe. Like we
Yeah.
are 3 weeks away in real time right now. We are just a couple of days from hitting the state border of Maine. And I'm gonna give you a little update on some stuff here in just a little bit, but actually, right now we are in Maine,
Yeah, technically.
staying at some wonderful subscribers and members of our channel, the Fricks, who Jennifer and Greg have been so
Incredible.
incredible. They reached out to us a long time ago
Yeah.
and
Felt like
said,
somebody at the beginning.
"Yeah, hey, whenever you get to Maine, it's a long way away, but just realize we're up here, and we're already here,
Yeah.
which is wild." So we're staying in their home. We stayed here last night, staying here tonight, and a few other nights over the
The next
coming
couple
several
days.
days. So they've been incredible to us, and yeah, just 3 weeks away from
Yeah.
from the finish line. So it's really is flying by. And as you've seen, we have our new family member, which has been awesome. Mustard
Mustard
Seed
seed.
has been incredible addition to our little duo here,
Yeah.
and it's so strange because like we've done all this, the two of us,
Hmm.
and now with her, it feels like it just synced right up,
Oh,
and
yeah. So easily.
as if she's been with us this whole time. So it's been a lot of fun the past several weeks now and several hundreds of miles now that we've
Yeah.
done together. We'll be hitting in real time like almost 1900 miles tomorrow,
Yeah.
which
So
means
close to 300 with her.
300 miles with her, which is wild that it's just flown by. So that's been a whole lot of fun.
Yes.
And we are currently in the whites is where we are in our journey right now. Many of you are
through the president.
As you're following along, you are currently seeing us. I think today was Musalak Day, I think is what was today. Because tomorrow, I think, as you're watching, will be the Kinsmans that we're going to be hitting. And yeah, I'm gonna give you a little update here, a little sneak peek into the future. Um, we were we hit the presidentials, and the presidentials hit back.
Yeah. First, we were extremely fortunate getting into the white.
Yeah.
We thought if we have one decent weather day,
It called for like a 10-day forecast of rain every day.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, if the weather will just hold up for one day for views.
You know, a lot of it's above tree line, and so you just expect bad weather. And we thought we've had such a great experience the whole trip. If we have one decent weather day where we get beautiful views, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And the first, 3 days?
Yeah.
Was just gorgeous.
Yeah, as we hit the whites, it was we really had
You'll see.
3 or 4 days. Yeah, the next couple of days you're gonna see
saw day one, so
Yeah.
the next couple days are great.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, and then our approach to Washington was actually a good day.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna spoil everything, but we had a good time on our approach.
Mhm.
And Mount Washington weather called for it was calling for some crazy weather. We looked at the forecast. We talked with some of the folks who work up in the area. Again, not to spoil everything, but we talked to some folks, and the recommendation was if we could start early, the crazy weather wouldn't hit until in the afternoon and into the evening. And
So we
yesterday,
thought, okay, we'll be up and down.
so yesterday morning, we summited Mount Washington and hit the Presidential Traverse. And on the summit of Washington, at the summit was probably the wildest wind we've ever faced in mountains, and that was about 80 to 90 mile an hour winds on the summit of Washington. And we thought, well, this is crazy.
Yeah, I guess it was pretty steady. That
Yeah.
was the gust.
They-
But it was pretty.
They called
steady
for
the whole
gusts of
time.
that in the afternoon, but not until later in the afternoon. This was at 8 a.m. It was already hitting us with those gusts. We're like, well, let's get off the summit.
They said it would be 50, 60
Yeah.
gusts in the morning.
So we're like, let's get down off the summit and just continue on. And we got down between Washington and Jefferson. And in that saddle, we got hit with 100+ mile per hour winds.
We could not stand up.
We couldn't stand
We
up.
were crawling on the road.
It knocked us off our feet, and we crawled and squatted our way and would wait between gusts of wind for 5 miles to
Yeah.
Madison Hut
Yeah.
to get through. And we've been in some wild scenarios before, but
Yeah.
that was the craziest. But I think because of
It was steady.
Yeah.
That 100-mile. There
those
just
gusts
moments where
stayed
it
in
let
gust
up.
mode.
Yeah, it
And,
was. It was hurricane
Yeah.
winds.
And so you'll see that day we got some footage on the summit, but we didn't capture.
We couldn't.
We couldn't even. We were just trying to
barely hold my
honestly try to
triangles.
just
I thought that
survive.
they were gonna fly out of
Yeah.
my hands, so I couldn't even
We lost.
get into my
We lost a
my-
poncho out there. We lost.
y'all.
Uh,
I had the poncho on me. That did not work
Yeah.
because it just
It's all
like
under.
flew up. I couldn't see. It was covering my face. So I took the poncho off and I balled it up like this small and shoved it in the side pocket of actually thumbs ups because I couldn't get to mine.
Yeah.
It was in and tucked inside the elastic of the pocket.
Yeah.
That sucker came out of the pocket and
flew across. It's just gone somewhere. It's out 100 miles from here right now, probably.
I got no poncho anymore.
But it was for us. We've been on some wild stuff on Mount Rainier. We've been on several different wild scenarios in the Rockies
on 14ers.
On 14ers. And so we had experienced things similar to that, but nothing as strong as what those winds were,
and as steady.
And
we've been knocked off our feet.
Yeah,
but not just constant. Like we could not stand up.
Yeah,
it was wild.
It was, and like I've been in some of those strong winds, and it didn't knock me over, and this knocked me off my feet. So Mustard Seed and Sweets back behind me. I kept turning around
behind us.
just to
That's
make sure.
nice.
Yeah, that's a nice breeze.
Breeze.
Just hoping that they, like they're still on the mountain because it was just so wild. So like we took a moment and Mustard Seed, that's very unfamiliar territory for her. So like just took a minute and said, hey, let me tell you how to walk through this. When you lower your center of gravity and you're going to squat, and we're going to have to take it slow, and every foot has to be anchored, and hold on to rocks where we can. And so we
were
did
just fully exposed, and you couldn't even see.
Yeah. So like I was mainly just trying to get us from the Karen pile to Karen pile, those stacks of rocks, and no trail to follow the trail, because even visibility was only about 30 yards ahead of us.
Yeah.
So in our phones, we pull them out, and like there's too much moisture, too much wind, even follow navigation, much less film. So we got a little bit off of the summit, and you'll see.
We got a little up to the summit.
Yeah.
And it will just like one little clip off of the summit, and that was the day.
And that was the mildest of the wind. So when you see that, just know it was hurricane. It was like a hurricane.
We're on the other side of the mountain before we got just fully exposed.
Yeah.
That's the only way that I got one clip.
Yeah. But I was so proud of those ladies. Like it was here's where we're at.
Yeah.
And the option is we have to press forward.
Yeah.
Because as the wind increased, right, the wind was increasing, and we didn't know where these side trails even led or anything. So it's like we know to follow the AT, and most of it went around the other summits, and we didn't want to go back up to Washington because if the winds are crazy here, they're going to be worse up top. Mm-hmm. So we pressed through, and slow and steady, and we made it. And
hey, it was rain right now. Yeah. And we finished our hike, and we didn't even have any rain today.
Yeah, so that I've said that was the craziest, wildest day we've ever had on trail on any kind of way, and very proud of Sweets and Mustard Seed for pushing through.
It was pretty terrible.
I mean, I'm a big guy, so like I felt a little more anchored down, and the ladies back there were really.
So we stopped at Madison Hut.
Yeah, we stopped there, and
for safety, composure.
Yeah, I got some hot soup and hot tea, and then on the top there, talked to the crew who work at the hut, and there were some other hikers that were there, and together we worked a plan of how do we get down the mountain the safest way, because we didn't want to stay there.
Forward was to go up and over Madison.
Yeah, to stay on the AT, you got to up over Madison. It's a steep climb up,
and the winds were only getting worse.
And
if that's possible.
Yeah, so
we know
we didn't know what worse looked like, but we knew what that looked like, and we weren't going back through that again. So found a trail that would work us down off the mountain to keep us moving forward.
Yeah,
but not having to go over Madison. So got down, and that's where Greg came and picked us up, and we're here and surviving. So we did today. Today was still a crazy day on the summits, and so we didn't go back into the whites and continue on. We actually jumped ahead a little bit here into Maine and did a short. So we were going to zero today, and we're all like, we don't want to zero. We got to do something. So we did a little 11-mile stretch today, 10.5-mile stretch here in Maine that will help us knock off some miles and not just zero. Because we're like, we hate to have gone through all of that and not and waste a zero.
So we jumped.
So
we skipped a little section that there's fill in.
Yeah, so like when we get back to it, we'll be back to that section in 3 days, and we'll just bypass those that we've already done. So a wild few days here in the White Mountains. And I just want to say for the record, like don't do that.
Yeah.
I want to go on the record and say, don't do what we did. Like they even have warning signs up there that tell you not to. We made a calculated decision based on the information we had of pressing forward, based on what the forecast showed, and it just turned. And then it was like the option was either back up or press forward, and we pressed forward. And so thank you all for the prayers, because it literally we felt like it was the Lord helping us get through that.
Oh yeah.
So thank you all for the prayers and your support and everything else. But we really were thanking the Lord. We got down safely and survived through that scenario. So pretty crazy. Yeah, so that's a little bit about what's going on. So let's jump into some questions. Start back at the beginning for me if you don't
Yeah.
mind.
So we
And
had is the graybeard that we met the one who also hiked in 2005?
I
Yeah.
believe so. So at one time, yeah. So we met Graybeard. He held the record at one point for the oldest person to have ever hiked
Yeah.
the trail, and then that record got beat. And I think he's done it. This may be his third time to do it, I think, or something like that. He's done it multiple times, but he
I know
at least the one.
multiple.
But he held the record for the oldest. It got someone passed him, and so now he he's going for it, and he has till August 1st to get to Katahdin, and he still has to go back down and get the Smokies before August 1st. So he's on a tight timeline right now to make it happen.
Yeah.
But he was very encouraging. It was a lot of fun to meet him, and he's a ham. Like
Oh
he
my
is,
goodness.
yeah,
He was, I mean, it was kind of quick,
yeah.
but he said, oh, you guys, you still have to get over and go down that waterfall. You better get going.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work to do. He said, you want a picture with me? You know, he got all like,
Yeah.
he knew that we
He
wanted a
knew
picture.
we wanted
He
a
could
picture.
tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we dispose of our trash? That's a good question. We pack it out.
Yeah.
So any trash that we create, we have Ziploc bags where it's what we typically
Yeah.
do. And then when we hang our food each night while we still have trash, those Ziploc bags go in our
In the food
in our
bags.
food bags that we either hang or put in a bear box. And then once we get into town, then we throw it in a trash can. So
Or sometimes we cross trail angels or go through like a little park.
yeah.
Or something.
And they'll
There's
say,
trash
hey, you
can.
want to get rid of your trash? Then we don't have to carry it.
So even if
And
you're
that's
looking,
really
if you're looking to do trail magic, if you show up with a cold bottle of water and take someone's trash, and it is a game changer for us hikers. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let me see. We have a lot of just awesome encouragement. Thank you, everybody. I'll go through. We could. Hey.
Oh, a lot of folks on tonight.
Yeah, we've got a lot. Hey, everybody.
Yeah. That says we met someone. Someone commented there that said they met us at Lake of the Clouds.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. that was great getting to meet you and talking.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed that. Yeah, so we will actually continue. We won't do daily videos after we're done with the AT, but we'll let you know once we're off trail what our plan is.
So we have some other
But
adventures
there are
that
more
are to
coast
come.
adventures to
That's
be
right.
had.
Yeah, we've got some fun adventures that are on the horizon that we'll, as we get closer to the end, or maybe right after the hike, that we'll be sharing about. But yeah, right now we're trying to get through those 3 weeks to Katahdin right now. But yeah, we will have some videos, and we're gonna put together a documentary, if you will, or just a full recap of our full journey, telling the story of our journey together. And so something that's been fun for me, at least. These ladies are probably getting tired of it. Is that I say every good story needs conflict, and every day there's some kind of conflict that.
So he got his conflict up Washington the day before. We were 1.5 miles shy of Washington the day before, and it was beautiful, warm, clear, not windy the day before.
Yeah.
And the day of, he got his conflict.
No, we had conflict that day too. We had some big climbing to do to get up there.
We had a question: were there other hikers on the mountain? We did not see another soul.
Yeah. So
on our whole stretch from like Lake of the Clouds to Madison Hut.
So we stay at Lake of the Clouds Hut, which is a mile and a half below the summit. And there were no other hikers going out from there. So they would have to have started way back. So no one was coming northbound that we know of. And then when we got to we didn't pass anybody on the mountain at all that day. And we got to the Madison Hut, and there was a guy who he just came over Madison and said that was the wildest thing he'd ever done.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get to the Lake of the Clouds, and we said, don't go those 7-8 miles to get there, because that's going to be, we just had 100-mile-an-hour winds, and you have to go over Adams and Jefferson, and then up Washington and down.
All exposed.
And it was only going to get worse, so we told him not to. So yeah, that's the as far as we know, because we got to we got to Madison Hut about noon, and so if anybody did continue on, we passed a few people coming up, but they were all saying they were just going to the hut.
Yeah.
And stopping at Madison Hut, but no one else that we saw on the ridge that day.
There were a couple guys when we went off, when we got down from Madison Hut, that were going up, and they said that they're gonna tent.
Yeah.
They were like
Yeah, no
22 years old.
no
They had
shirts,
no
blue
shirts on.
jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Like,
advised them not to do that, but they
it
they
was kind of
continued on.
I mean, we
Yeah.
were out there, but
Yeah, but they asked if there were anyone in the tent site, and I was like, I'd continue on to the hut if I were you.
yeah.
And then thunder was happening in the sky, and so at least the tent site is below tree line, so they were at least below tree line to tent there. But yeah,
Did we slack the Kinsmans?
you have to wait and find out tomorrow if we slack the Kinsmans. But you know that we're the Slack Pack hikers, and if there's an opportunity to Slack Pack, we're probably going to take advantage of a Slack Pack situation. Does that stand the man ask that
Yes,
question?
it is.
We're not going to catch your record.
Our
We're
Slack
doing our
Pack numbers
best.
are increasing.
Yeah.
I do believe we've officially crossed 400 Slack Pack miles.
Yeah. 400 of our
That's still
almost 1900
less than
now.
half of Stand the Man.
Yeah. We're doing our best, man. I don't know if we'll catch you.
We got like
we have a lot of support happening right here at the end.
not much more than 300 miles to go. So
Yeah.
like, there's no way. It's impossible. Like we can't
Yeah.
catch up to Stand the Man.
But yeah, what we got here.
Have we done the PCT, CDT, thinking about doing either of those, or?
So I've done a little sections of some of that stuff, but more we have done more of that in Colorado. We've done some day hikes on the CDT, but more as an access point to get on 14er. We haven't backpacked any of that. I would love to do both of those trails. My lovely bride here, this is a one and done through hike for her of this extreme. So the long distance, big time through hikes, she probably won't do.
Day hiker.
She might do a smaller through hike, that's not such a large expedition in the future.
See what life brings.
Or she'll figure out how to just crew or something, but she's
great crew.
She's a great crew. She's I don't know what I'd do without her because it's such a help logistically. And she's the queen at filming. So she's doing an awesome job of filming too. So.
Although spoiler, today I fell.
No, don't spoil that.
I'm not going to tell you the situation around it.
Yeah.
But I'm fine. I'm fine. But I fell.
Yeah.
It does happen. I've only fallen, I can count on one hand.
This is your first on trail fall.
The rest 80 miles or whatever.
The rest of them are like on a blue blaze or on a concrete sidewalk.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as far as the Triple Crown goes, which is the AT, PCT, and CDT, that's something that like I would probably consider, but I don't know that Sweets is.
I wouldn't.
She wouldn't do those, but something like the Arizona Trail or the Colorado Trail, the John Muir Trail, something in that camp where it's more of a 3-week to 6-week range in the future might be a possibility with Sweets in the mix too, as far as hiking goes. So
we'll see.
We'll see how that works out.
The Camino de Santiago. I mean, that would be beautiful.
Yeah. What else we got here?
Okay, we had the snake that you almost stepped on. What kind of snake it was? Was it? We didn't clearly see it.
Yeah.
But we did not see or hear a rattle.
Right. So it was
big.
It was big, fat, and gray. And I didn't recognize it. And I hopped over, like I went to step down and just jumped out of the way. And I scared it as much as it scared me. And it took off under that little crack. And my guess, it wasn't a rattlesnake because I feel like it would be rattling in that crevice that it went into. So
yeah,
I don't really know what it was. I don't know much about snakes.
So see it again. I even peeked.
Yeah,
probably wasn't the best idea.
Pretty fat. Like he was a pretty good size.
Mm-hmm.
He or she, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was soaking up the sun, and it when I saw it was coiled and it took off. So I don't really know. I thought it was maybe a rattlesnake, and when I hollered at them to take a look at it, but it was already took off,
Yeah.
and she was trying to see under there, and we couldn't find anything. But I think it would have been rattling at us.
Hey, PTL. Hey, Trisha.
What's up? Finish so I see someone said finish the long trail. So we
we already did 100 miles.
Yeah, we got a good chunk of it knocked out already. So, and we hear that it's a little more remote, but it gets prettier, I think, the further north you go into Vermont there.
That'll go on the list of options.
Yeah. And we actually met a hiker. You guys have, I think, seen back in the Vermont trail, a Vermont section of our hiking, that she was on the long trail and Skechers, and she turned and followed because she met our friends, and then us.
Like, you guys are fascinating. She just took a turn and jumped on the AT for a few days.
We're like zoo animals, we come into a place and everyone just treats us
that was really cool. She was just animals. Like, it really was like, she was just amazed and asking us a bunch of questions and stuff. That was cool.
Yeah,
she enjoyed that. We enjoyed that. Oh, hey, Mackenzie, I miss you too.
Now we got a fun little crowd here. So family watching, friends watching. So a few things that if you got some more questions, definitely drop them in there.
Questions up there.
This will probably be our last overall live stream until we're done. So we'll probably do one after the finish. We'll probably wait.
Which is like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well,
we said at the beginning, but there's some who jumped on.
Yeah. So watching, we're about 3 weeks out right now from real time finish of Katahdin. Videos will go for about 4 weeks that they'll continue on to finish out the Katahdin push and summit. But we're shooting for a July 7th or 8th finish right now. We're on track for that.
See, because we're still in the whites.
Yeah, luckily we have a lot of support here, so we may be doing some hopping around the weather's crazy, so we can knock out sections. But hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get back on track. But so we're shooting for that 7th to 8th. Sooner would be great, but more likely 7th to 8th. So the videos will go a week beyond that, and then after you guys watch our Katahdin finish, because we're finishing this thing, we will be doing a live stream kind of at the finish and talk through all the wild, the good, the bad, the ugly, the lessons learned, and all those things. You can be thinking about those questions. And then if you are one of our channel members, we will be doing a live stream probably sometime before the finish to have just some time with the channel members, some of our elite and premium members. So we'll have those that'll be coming soon, sometime between now and Katahdin. We'll try to get that scheduled, but you'll see some of that. So but we have right now we are kind of, if we stay on track and on pace, we should finish somewhere, like we could finish around the 6th. Right. But if we took a 0, but we still, even with that 0 we took, that you're going to see here in a few days, we went through a lot.
Yeah.
And so we took a day off, and
it'll be Sunday, coming up Sunday.
Yeah. After that 0, it meant we were able to calculate the numbers, and we could finish as early as the 6th, but we need to finish by the 8th, and need to be for logistic purposes, with Mustard Seed and just some logistics on her side. We know we can finish by that time frame. So 6th to 8th is really our window, and it gives us a couple of days there to make sure we have a good day on Katahdin to be able to finish. So whether that's the 6th, 7th, or 8th, it'll be somewhere in that time frame. And weather permitting, we'll make a push because we don't want to have a terrible day on Katahdin. But by the 8th, we should be wrapping everything up July. So
we had a question about the bugs. They are still full force, but we've had, it was mainly mosquitoes and gnats. Yeah. And then it turned into biting gnats.
Really, then somewhere in Vermont, the gnats started to bite.
But then we had the biting flies. And then we were like, because we thought the biting gnats were just biting flies, but
Black
then
flies.
black flies,
Yeah.
the black flies, which bite
Yeah.
and like make you bleed. They're like little vampires. That's how we describe it. Like
Mhm.
where I just had like blood dripping down my face and my shoulders and my arms, and it was like my legs. It
Yeah.
was kind of
The black
frightening.
flies are interesting because when they bite you, you don't feel them biting. Like they have like an antiseptic or something that when they bite, you don't feel it, and all of a sudden you got blood just running down you, and then it itches and burns, and so
PTL said that someone in Maine said that those little biting gnats are baby black flies.
oh
And that makes complete sense because
yeah,
they're mean.
they are mean.
They like stick on you and you just feel them bite you and then you bleed and then it itches. So
Yeah.
I think right now, like today, for instance, we had more mosquitoes than anything
Mm-hmm.
and like the just annoying gnats.
Gnats that just fly around. Yeah.
So the past maybe couple of days, we hadn't really had the black flies, those biting vampires.
Yeah.
But the mosquitoes are still
They don't mess with my Louisiana blood as much as they do
they
sweets.
don't
She got
sweet
sweet,
blood.
sweet, sugary blood running through her veins, and so they don't mess with this bitter blood that I've got running
Yeah.
through mine,
Yeah.
cold blooded veins. So they don't mess with me. But I think I've had two of those black fly bites and a couple of mosquitoes that tried to bite, and
Yeah.
they knew better.
Yeah.
And Sweets looks like she just went to a paintball match and got lit up by just
I
bumps
don't want
everywhere.
the move
But
your deer flies.
I did see something. Someone asked about wildlife. I saw that pop up on there. We've been waiting for a long time. We wanted to see a bear, and someone promised us that we'd see a bear in New Jersey. Guarantee. Actually,
Everybody
first everyone said you might see one in the Smokies, but it might be too early because they're down eating out of trash cans in Gatlinburg
Yeah.
that time of year.
Yeah.
They're not up high, and then they said, but when you get to the Shenandoahs, oh, you're guaranteed to see a bear. Nothing. And they said, well, if you don't see one in Shenandoah, we know you're going to see one when you get to New
Jersey.
Jersey
Absolutely.
because it's the highest
Everybody
concentration of bear. Everyone sees
see
a bear.
multiple see bear every day.
Yep. And so we didn't see a bear in New Jersey. And they're like, well, probably New York too, because New York is you'll see a bear in New York.
Y'all,
No,
we
nothing.
climbed Bear Mountain and we went to the Bear Mountain Zoo to the bear exhibit.
Closed. Yeah.
It was closed.
So no bear there. But we, as you saw in the video, we did see
We
that
finally
bear,
got our
and
bear.
it was
He was cool.
incredible. So like he was right along that creek, and he didn't hear us,
Yeah.
and he's just eating away, and then you see him sniff and sniffs us out, and turns and like looks at all three of us,
And then runs away.
and then took off running. And I think had that creek not been there that was messing the sound up, we probably wouldn't even seen him. But
Yeah.
it was pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Looked like a younger bear, but
Yep.
yeah, very, very neat experience to see that in the wild. And we've seen a couple bears before in hiking, but we wanted to catch one on the AT, and that was pretty cool to see him. He wasn't that far away. I mean, it was, probably 20, 30 yards away
Yeah.
from us, I guess. But that had that creek between us, which I mean, he could have gone through that easily, but he didn't want anything to do with us. And so many of you have been asking about bears and if they're concerning. You saw how a bear typically responds to humans. They're just gonna
Oh,
take off
somebody,
running.
I
So
think the question was, what can we have for protection? Like, what are we allowed to have?
I think
Yeah.
it
What kind of
I would
armor?
guess by state would make the biggest difference on what you could carry. But most people out here, they're not even as little as bear spray. People aren't carrying bear
Yeah.
spray. Typically, the out on the East Coast hiking, the black bears are just they typically will stay away.
Yeah.
They're more interested in the food, and so if you're
Yeah.
or protection of their cubs, and even then, as long as you're not seeming like a threat, they for the
Yeah.
most part will just stay away. So most people don't even carry bear spray out here. But I did hear of someone earlier they had to spray a bear this year because they were in a shelter and they had food, and the bear was trying to get the food, and it took a couple of sprays to get it to go away. But that's pretty uncommon.
Yeah.
It's more out west with the grizzlies that you need
Yeah.
the bear spray because they're a little more
Yeah.
aggressive. But
And we have not seen a moose yet.
No moose yet.
Lots of moose poop.
No moose yet, but we've seen a lot of moose poop, and we feel like we're on track. We've seen signs that say moose crossings, and so we're in moose territory because we see all the moose poop every day that they leave behind. But we'll start as we start getting into Maine, out of the higher elevations. We're more by there's a lot of lakes and stuff here in Maine, and so we think we're going to hopefully see one in the coming weeks as we're getting into it gets a little more remote up here in Maine too. So hopefully we'll get to see them.
Some of the aqua blazers just had a bear swim across the river right by them. Oh
wow.
My gosh, that's incredible.
But yeah, we'll probably did see something there about the early mornings and the evenings for the moose. Yeah, we'll probably get up and do some of those sections that are more likely to, like we got a section coming up in a few days. It's kind of in a moose territory that we'll probably wake up early some mornings just to start moving early so we can possibly see a moose. But because we got a bear, we got to capture a moose on video. And
are we looking forward to all the water crossings in Maine? Maine doesn't believe in bridges.
We've learned
discovered that.
We've learned that New Hampshire doesn't really like. I don't know what it is up here in New Hampshire and Maine. It's like they don't let those Boy Scout groups building bridges.
Yeah.
Because when we knew early on in hiking the trail, if you see a mountain, you're going over it. As we've gotten up north, we're like, if you see something that looks impossible to go over, the trail's going over it.
Yeah.
You'll look around like, where are we supposed to go? And on this wall of rock, there'll be a white blaze.
And you look at the map, and there's all kinds of other trails.
Yeah.
That go around.
Yeah.
But not the
AT.
No.
AT goes over.
Up and over.
And they do the same thing to some of these river crossings where you're like, this looks like a good place for a bridge. And there's not a bridge. And there's not rocks. You're bulldozing through. And so even today we did a little hike here in Maine, and we had to cross a couple times.
And we've gone up and down waterfalls.
Yeah.
The trail has been like a unintentional creek. Like
just the water with all the rain.
Down
it's been pretty wild. Like some of these they call it waterfalls because it's just the rain is going down trail and it's rushing down trail. There's a mountain coming up ahead that we do that's not, when we got there, wasn't near as bad as some of our hiking friends who showed us videos of just gushing water coming down trail. That was pretty wild.
But so far the highest water crossing was just like mid-thigh.
Yeah, we haven't had any
which is still kind of something. But
we
don't take our shoes off.
We
don't have Gore-Tex shoes, so they dry off, but we just walk right through it.
Push through with the if you take them off, your feet are wet anyway, you're putting them back on, they're gonna, and if it's raining anyway, which it rains a lot now, everything's wet anyway, so we push through and it just
we just take our shoes and socks off at night, try to dry our feet,
dry them
out. Okay.
I did see someone said we'll fall in love with the Bigelows, and we are excited to get there. We're only, we're not far out from that. That's coming up pretty soon, and we've heard. So right now, I would say that my favorite spot on trail you'll see in a few days is the Franconia Ridge. It was amazing.
Really
caught on a great day, and we've heard a lot of people say if you love that, you're going to love the Bigelows, and so we're excited to get up there to see those in a few days. So and also I saw something about shoes there. Sweets and the Mustard Seed got their upgrades. Started with them today. They got their new shoes in, so they bulldozed through the whites and some beat down. Both of them had over
that crazy
700
day
miles.
On Washington was the last day of our shoes. So Mustard Seed had 700, I think 70, 75, something like that, miles on hers. I had about almost 700 on mine.
Which is why that's a lot.
A lot of miles on rocks and all. So
I did see someone ask, "What's the first meal that we're gonna cook when we return home?" I don't know if I'm gonna cook it or if I'm gonna go get it, but I want a nice steak is what I crave and miss. Steak and baked potato.
You hear that, Mommy and Daddy? We request a steak dinner at some point when we come.
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, we're gonna be going to see my in-laws as soon as we
Yes, that's the
wrap up
first
trail.
thing. We'll go visit them for a
Yeah.
couple days and
Yeah, I think we've been very fortunate that as some of these homes we've been in with some of you subscribers, we've gotten a lot of great home cooked meals,
oh
which
my
has been
goodness,
incredible.
it's been amazing.
And that helps to not, it breaks up the mundane of
Yeah.
eating the dehydrated stuff. Just the constant. I mean, in life, I like to mix food up. I don't like eating the same thing in back-to-back
Yeah.
days. And
I don't mind that.
yeah,
for
she don't
him.
mind. But for me, I'm like, oh, I may not eat a pepperoni for a year after this trail. And I probably won't eat the chicken and tuna for a while either. But yeah, pretty sick of all that stuff. But we've been very fortunate to be able to pack out sandwiches and things like that on some of these
Mhm.
2-day stretches. It breaks that mundane eating up a little bit.
I'll
So
probably do seafood. That'll probably be something
mhm.
I haven't done a lot of
Yeah,
seafood. So I do kind of miss that.
yeah.
Maybe we'll make some shrimp and grits or some surf and turf.
No surf and turf. I did have a steak on trail when we saw
Yeah,
your parents, and that was nice
that was very nice.
to just hit that craving a little bit.
Yeah.
But
What's the current weight loss? Thumbs up.
yeah, so I am.
Star.
Last time I weighed, that was back in Rutland, Vermont. I was down to 213 pounds. So that's 67 pounds down. So I got to, if you recall, I got to 60 pretty quick on trail. Like I dropped 60 pounds in the first like 6 to 7, 8 weeks, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
That I
Really
dropped
quick.
that maybe by Damascus or something. I was down 50 to 60 pounds. And then it kind of, I found the calories I needed trail wise to maintain. So up those calories a little bit. And so I've dropped 7, maybe even more, but since then, because we've been working hard these
Yeah.
past, since we left, Rutland, Vermont, at Killington, we've been working
Yeah.
pretty hard, but
We'll have to see if there's a opportunity to weigh again between now and the end, but then
yeah,
at the end, see
I'll
what
probably
that's.
try to weigh right before the 100-mile wilderness. Because if I weigh after Katahdin, I'm going to be stuffing my face with food when we're done off trail.
Yeah.
So,
You have to get right off the mountain right onto a scale before
yeah.
you start eating.
I see if I shave that beard, I can get a couple more pounds
Yeah.
off.
No kidding.
Yeah, my beard's kind of out of control today. I don't know what's going on with it.
Every day.
But yeah, actually, I may try to get a little haircut in these next couple of days here. But
Oh,
are our feet numb yet? And how are your knees? So I've been wearing knee braces since Waynesboro,
just about
Virginia,
every day.
every day for support. And yeah, I think the knees have really held up real well for me. Sweets recently, hers have been bothering her, or at least one of her knees, and she had my old knee brace she's been wearing.
Yes, I just wear it every
So
night.
she wears it every day now. That's helping her out a little
Mhm.
bit. But my feet aren't numb, but my toes, my not my big toe, my other 4 toes, my little baby digits are
Yeah.
they're numb now. So
I
uh,
don't really have the numb. I just have the pain.
yeah,
Like it just hurts and they swell every single day. They swell and it's like that I can't move them. Like to flatten my foot to
yeah,
take the first step in the day, like it doesn't want to move because
yeah.
it's just so tight.
You gotta start elevating them feet,
I
old lady.
know. I know. I do my little like roll and
Yeah.
I stretch them and every so
Me,
often
as
they
you've
don't
seen,
hurt.
I have no trouble moving on my feet
Yeah,
in the evenings.
they
So
know the truth. They've seen the videos.
you've seen enough that I start in the morning and I'm good to go. And I get on trail and I can move on trail. We stop for lunch and it takes me a quarter of a mile to get my feet moving again because they just are crazy how much they just start to tighten up. And then after we finish the day, my feet they quit. They clock out and then they do not want to go back to work until the next morning.
Oh,
So
weigh on live stream.
they haven't they've held up.
Oh, do you want to weigh right now? Is that what Greg is saying?
Oh, Greg, you just fed me 12 pounds of barbecue and you want me to weigh right now?
You just made
Oh
this
man.
amazing, like
We
slow
had
cooked barbecue
slow,
with this secret barbecue sauce,
like
special
4 helpings of
down, and
pork
then
butt,
fresh
and
corn
then
on the cob and
no, we're not gonna
coleslaw.
wait now because
And
that
I
the
had a couple
difference will
things.
be too bad. Maybe we'll
Let's
get
have let's have Jennifer's brownies with ice
ice
cream
cream
and
and then
then
wait and then be like thumbs up's only down 40
oh,
pounds
her
this whole
cobbler.
time.
She made cobbler
Yeah,
and
I
brownies
might put
and
on some weight
cookies
these next few
and
days.
banana bread. Y'all,
Yeah, but I don't know that. I think the hurricane whipped off a lot of my body weight yesterday.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, hurricane force winds, full packs on.
So
That
I
was
guess he's scared, and I guess he's saying no. He's not
yeah.
going
I'll
away right
pass on that right now. Yeah.
now.
What's your favorite color on trail? I mean, I I feel like the greens have gotten brighter and greener the more north we've gotten,
Yes,
and
it's so
yeah,
beautiful.
there's like this neon green that seems to pop kind of right after the rain. So when the rain stops,
Yeah,
that's real pretty. And one of my favorite things on trail right now is like in the early morning we start hiking and there's still like a coolness in the air, and that sun comes beaming through on from the sunrise. We've tried to capture it
you
on
can't.
film, and I just can't. We can't do it.
It doesn't look on camera the way that
The
it
way it
does in
looks, the way it
person.
just
It's just so
glistens through the
pretty.
trees, and those greens just
But
pop and
no doubt,
glisten.
every time it looks like that, thumbs ups just stops.
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, look at this. It's so beautiful." And I hold the phone up and I'm like, "Oh, it just doesn't look the
Yeah.
same." And then,
I do.
yeah,
I lock up and
yeah,
freeze because I'm just in awe of it.
yeah.
But
But I would agree on that green. It's
yeah,
just that bright green
it's not neon, but
color.
it's a bright green that we saw.
And the contrast with sometimes the leaves are so brown and dark, especially when they are still kind of damp and
Yeah,
the morning sun hasn't really, and it that contrast with them. And
we saw a little bit in Harriman State Park. There was some of that neon color green in New York
that was
that
like
popped.
grass.
Yeah, and that was a pretty little section there. And
Yeah.
we didn't see that again until we got up here into.
Mhm.
I guess maybe it could have been Vermont, could have been New Hampshire. I don't remember where it started popping again, but yeah. For me, it's that neon green color. But they're having some pretty flowers that pop too, like some of
Yeah.
the blues and whites and yellows and
Mhm.
stuff. But yeah, color wise, that
Do we
green.
listen to stuff like podcasts, books, music while hiking?
Yeah,
A little bit.
yeah. So one of the things that's been interesting is that Sweets does a lot of the recording, and so a lot of times when she's recording, we don't talk because she's recording or she's talking to you guys. So now that Mustard Seed is with us,
Mhm.
um, like I'm super chatty. Mustard Seed likes to talk, and so we'll just be chatting up a storm. And so Sweets, when she's filming just the terrain, like there's just been a lot of conversation, and that's been fun. But
Yeah.
Sweets and I would
There's
talk
only there's
quite a
just
bit. But
sometimes, yeah. If there were when it was just the two of us, there might be just some, we're enjoying nature.
yeah,
We like the quiet, and then we might say, "All right, I'll listen to something right now." So,
yeah.
and then we won't
So,
chat.
so typically, I have a couple podcasts that I like to keep up with,
Mhm.
and like we're going up something big. Like if it's going to be a 3 to 4 mile climb of like 2 to 3 thousand feet or something, I'll throw my podcast
Yeah.
on and listen to that.
And Mustard Seed listens to
She listens
music.
to music going up, and Sweets has a couple
I was
podcasts that
listening
she.
to some podcasts, but these days I've learned that when I have my earbud in and I record, then it picks up.
Except it's trying to record from the microphone on her in her headphones.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I would have to like disconnect the Bluetooth every time I want to hit the camera to record, and that's just
yeah,
complicated. So I haven't been listening to anything for a while, but I don't mind because,
yeah.
like I said, there's a lot of
Just chit and
conversation,
chat are up there, just
chit
chit and
chatting,
chatting.
chit
Yeah,
chatting. Yeah, and then it's just nice to just listen to nature.
yeah.
So I don't need podcasts or music.
And it's been fun because like we're getting to really know Mustard Seed, so there's just a ton of questions that like we ask each other of each other to get to know each
Yeah,
other,
yeah,
even to this date. Like we still, and then we'll play some fun little games of like what would you give up, this or that, and just to help time pass and get up some of those steep climbs.
yeah,
We have so that's been fun.
yeah.
So we haven't listened as much as we did probably through the Mid
Earlier
Atlantic
on. Mhm.
area because our first probably I don't know, 4 or 5 states we didn't listen to much at all. And then as we got more into the hike and it started to warm up and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
we got to where we needed something to help boost us on up and kill some time. So uh yeah, any see if we got any other questions here before we start to wrap things up.
How can you guys pray for us? Was a question.
Yeah, so I mean, one, weather.
Yeah.
Like we're up here, like you don't know. We're almost out of the bigger mountains, and I like I would say still praying for just safety through that. That's been a huge help
Hmm.
for us. So
And we know
yeah,
you have, and we have
yeah,
felt it because we have. I mean, gosh, we've been injury free. I mean, pretty
mhm,
much sickness free for the So
yeah,
I believe that that's because of your prayers. So
yeah,
continue with safety, protection, free from injuries, and sickness
yeah.
and all that.
Also, if we did miss your question, if you dropped one in there we didn't answer it, go ahead and drop it down in the bottom of the comments just so we can answer that for you.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
what do you see in the tree?
yeah. So there's a lot more that does not make the cut, guys. Of Sweets is what do you see in the tree? What do you spot in the rock? What do you find in the Rhine? I don't
No,
know. She just
what do you see in the tree? I have
yeah
to know what do you spot in the rock.
yeah. And some of that sometimes like
We're just
it's
outside
wild.
all day. You
Sweets
gotta
also
do
talks to a
something.
lot of birds,
There's so
and
many
they
birds.
apparently talk back.
They do. They sing songs.
She's losing it out here. But yeah, so if you get a question, you drop it in there. But yeah, as far as prayer goes, for I'd say for safety, as we're getting through these last 3 weeks
Yeah.
of trail, that'd be huge for us. And
Hmm.
yeah, and then even just for us in life, post trail, we're still we got a lot of things
A
to think
transition
about and yeah, and figure
for
out.
all three of
And
us, our family.
yeah, oh, there is a question there. Sweets, would you ever hike alone?
Not a through hike, I mean, I don't think ever. I don't really know that I would care to hike alone.
Yeah,
Now, we have talked about if there was some crazy thing that Thumbs Up had to get off trail for whatever reason. At this point, I would continue.
yeah, she
I
finished.
would continue on. I've
Mhm.
come this far, So if that worked out, if that was reasonable for me to finish to Katahdin, I would do that. But otherwise, it's for me, hiking, even a day hike is our thing.
Mhm.
It's not really just my thing on my own. So
Yeah.
I don't know that I really. I mean, little nature trails close to home, stuff like
Yeah.
that I enjoy doing. But no, not big adventures. I like the two of us or other friends.
Yeah. It's hiking's not her thing. So by herself, like it's we share that together for her.
Mhm.
I hike alone sometimes anyway, but
Mhm.
this adventure what I was going to do, but wanted to do it with her, and she wanted to do it with me. So
Mhm.
I've said before, I think probably in the coming video that we talk about this of for Sweet, her goal was to help me get to Katahdin, and now even for her, it's like she wants to finish herself because she's not a quitter. When she starts something, she completes it, and so she wants to push through herself to
I'm
Katahdin.
having a blast,
Yeah,
but this is not my dream. Like
her
this
yeah.
wasn't. I wouldn't have hiked the
She didn't even
80.
know about the AT until
No,
through watching
but even
documentaries for the
I
past
don't have a
15 years.
desire. Like even talking about other
Yeah,
trails and stuff like that. That's not really my thing.
yeah,
It's because it's our thing together.
yeah.
Is why I enjoy it.
But if I run up ahead, she hikes alone for a little bit while she tries to catch back up. But uh,
That's
yeah, that's
that's
about
about
the
it.
extent extent of it. Uh, how's it going over the Carters and down to Gorham? We haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
That's probably going to be tomorrow
I
in
think
real time for us.
PTL you might have came on a little bit late.
Yeah,
So we skipped for weather. We skipped ahead
yeah.
about two
That was
days.
supposed to be today. So
Hmm.
we popped up on the other side of Grafton Notch and did a little 11-mile section of trail up over Bald Pate, I think East Bald Pate and West Bald Pate, I
Hmm.
think were the
Yep.
names of them today. And yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything there either.
Yeah.
But you'll see that in about a week or so.
Next
But
Friday.
so I think
Yeah.
tomorrow we heading back toward the whites. We're still working through that, but yeah. What does that say?
Does a team work well or does it slow you down? I think it depends on the team, on the people, on who it is. The reason why we reached out to Mustard Seed to begin with was because her pace has been the same from
Yeah.
day one.
Mm-hmm.
She started 2 days after us, and she's been 1 or 2 days behind at the
The
point
whole
that we joined
1,600
together
miles.
with 1,600 miles. So that doesn't mean that our pace throughout the day is the same, or our style of hiking is the same, but at least our pace over time is the same. And so we just kind of meshed
So
the little details together, and we work well together.
she does.
We take
Mustard Seed's
breaks and
she's a strong hiker,
mhm.
and you give her a rabbit to chase, and she's tough. For her, like as we've gotten to the whites, um, it's just unfamiliar to her, but she's learning quick how to move
Yeah, it's
on big rocks and climbing, and she's not used to rock climbing, and there's some sections up here that you're like, this is not hiking, this is doing some climbing, low level climbing, but when you got a big pack on, that makes it difficult. So, but
but we
yeah,
do well. The
she's doing
three of
well.
us, we're different, and in some ways we hike differently.
Yeah,
But throughout the day, it just works really well. So
Yeah.
I would say if we have seen other, I guess you'd call them tramlies,
Yeah.
like groups that hike together that um, don't really hike as well together.
Yeah.
And one person gives,
Yeah.
and then it kind of,
Or they hike their own hike that day and they start and finish together. They start the day at the same place and they end together. We just stay together for the most
right.
part.
But what
Um,
we have seen is
yeah.
the people that do, like if I were to change my hike, then I'm forfeiting my experience in
Yeah.
some ways,
hmm
So we've seen that, and that's,
Yeah. Yeah. And there's some people who they because they've adjusted how they want to hike. It's not what
they're
they're
not
hoping for.
enjoying
Yeah.
the hike as much. So we're very fortunate that the
Yeah.
three of us work very well together.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think we're giving anything up. I think we're having a great time.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. Mustard Seed is very pleasant and positive.
Yeah.
She's a joy.
Strategies for post trail depression. It's really all. Yeah. So for us, one, like sweets for her, like this wasn't a dream for her. So for her to complete it and check it off, she'll be ready to move on to probably whatever is
Kind of go
next.
back to normal.
Yeah, jumping back into it, there'll be some adjustment back into regular life, I think. But we have some adventures planned, and so it for us, the trail. We didn't come to the trail looking for our purpose.
Right.
We knew our purpose coming into the trail, so the trail has been an adventure for us to go after. It's something that we have loved, and it's been a wild, fun adventure and expedition, and we've met so many people through this and
Mhm.
gained friendships and all that. So for us, it's going to be like we're not like a lot of people look back, I think, to the trail because the trail did something, it changed them, or they like for them it was the end all, and for us it's not that way.
I think it may be
It
because they don't quite know how to bring what they gained from the trail back
back
to
to
the
life.
normal day life.
So I think the hardest thing will be like we'll miss a lot of the elements of just being outside in nature all day.
And
Uh,
there's something to the community, the
yeah,
trail community, that you don't get that
yeah.
outside of through hiking.
But for
So we will miss that.
the two of us, we have our lives have been a lot of like change and transitions for the past 15 years together,
Mhm.
and more than that for me just in life with just the ministries and stuff I've been a part of. So I think the adjustment for us is we shift to the next thing
Yeah.
and put our energy there, and we have a lot of fun things in store for the
The
future.
reason why our channel is called Coates Adventures is because we just live
We
an
live
adventurous
pretty
life.
wild, adventurous life, and
We'll just
uh,
continue. It'll just be different.
in day to day life, and find the adventure. So, and for me, I've got a bunch of books that I have to finish. Six Pack. I know you guys watching. Waiting on. I got a lot of kids waiting on a second, the second book to one of my book series, and so that was supposed to release this summer, and it got delayed because we're hiking the AT. So I got a word to get that finished up, so I don't have an army of kids coming after me to get that book out. But and then I have another Barnaby and Drew series book that's got to come out. So shifting back into the things that we love to do will be part of it. That working through that missing the trail. So. But we will definitely that hiking with mustard seed. That's going to be a tough transition for us because she's become like, uh, in some sense, like a kid to us, but in some just a friend.
Her bud.
Yeah, like she's an equal part of this team of every day. Now we're planning logistics and the day and all that. So that'll be probably our biggest adjustment here at the end that we didn't plan for was how do we adjust to not having our daily mustard seed in
We still got
our
4
life.
weeks. We don't have to talk about that right now.
Well, they asked what's the plan for it, so
Yeah.
just asking. So or just
I
answering.
think that's all the questions.
All right. Well, this has been great to connect. We're right at an hour here. So just once again, I want to say for those of you who weren't here at the very beginning, we want to tell you how much we appreciate you guys joining us in this journey. This will be our last live stream. I mentioned this earlier, while on trail, for the broad public. But we'll have a live stream in about 4 weeks ish, give or take. So we may wait it may be a day or two after, depending on logistics of everything, after we wrap the trail up, where you can ask questions and things like that. And we'll just give some updates on what's next in life and some of the adventures we have to come and things like that. We'll do a live stream back home. It's our, probably at my in-laws house, that we'll do to wrap up this fun season that we've had sharing with you guys. And so as many of you that can, we would love for you to hop on and join us for that. So, and we'll give you a sneak peek into the things to come. But in the meantime,
thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your encouragement and your tips and all just the daily communication that really means a whole lot to us.
It's
all your support.
It's been awesome, and keep it coming because we have a lot left to do. This next stretch, we've almost made it through the whites, but we've got the slowest mile on trail to come. And and then we have Southern Maine, I think we just did the easiest part of Southern Maine and today. So we have all together, and then they'll take us into the middle of Maine where we start pushing toward Katahdin. So and again, if over the next coming weeks, if you want to drop us just some kind of encouragement or prayer when in your daily life, just pray for us or drop us some encouragement in the comments. We try to comment to all those comments, but also if there's something specific you want to reach out to us, our email is in the description of all the videos. Feel free to reach out to us in that way as well. I think Mustard Seed's probably, I saw someone ask about that. Mustard Seed's probably already asleep because we wore her out the past few days with these hurricane force winds yesterday, and then we had some good little wind today too. So I think she's wore out a little bit, but but appreciate you guys. We love you. Thanks for joining us in this journey, and got fun days ahead, and excited to be in your homes for the next 3 to 4 weeks or 4 weeks of time for you as we wrap this journey up. So thanks for everything. We love you, and we'll see you down trail. Have a good night. Up trail. Up trail. Oh, I'm never gonna get it. I tell people, I'll see you down trail, and they're like, "Where are you going? You going solo now?"
We're hiking up. We're hiking elevation.
Up trail.
Good night.
Good night. We love you. Let's see if we can figure out how to end our live stream. I don't even know. Maybe we're gonna be on here for a little bit, guys. I don't even know. No, not that one.
We're still here.
We're still here.